Hello everyone, I'm Seven here, and welcome to today's video, which will be a DVD review of Daemos Rising, which is a 2004 Doctor Who spin-off, which is a sequel to the 1995 Doctor Who spin-off, Downtime, which features like Nicholas Courtney, Elizabeth Sladen and Deborah Watling playing their Doctor Who counterparts, and it's also a continuation of Doctor Who story from 1971 from Jon Pertwees, one of my personal favourites from his era. The Daemons, which is just an absolutely great story all round. This is my sort of limited edition one. Also it's signed by a few cast members. So yeah, Daemos Rising does have sort of a lot of connections with a few different sort of parts of Doctor Who, but as it sort of suggests, it is unofficial. This is a spin-off, so you sort of can take it or leave it. So the main story is that we follow Canvendish, who was a very minor character in Downtime, and they sort of expanded his story to the forefront in this sort of spin-off film. And he's been affected by his sort of experiences in Downtime, as he was sort of mind-controlled by Yeti, the Great Intelligence. And you sort of see the mental state he's in, because obviously that's not really an aspect I don't think they've really explored when people were sort of controlled by the Great Intelligence. So that was really cool to see. So he's staying away in a country cottage, sort of just away from society, where he comes across the occult. And then he asks Kate Lethbridge-Stewart, who made her debut in Downtime. So she travels down as he sort of requested for help. She finds a lot of mysterious stuff going on, and obviously it does lead to a battle with the reoccurrence of the Daemons. Now, watching it for the first time, I was quite surprised, because I sort of watched Downtime and Daemos Rising pretty much back to back. And obviously there is like a sort of 9-year gap between them, and obviously the quality changes drastically. And obviously you've got to take it for what it is. Obviously, yes, it is standard edition, and some of the effects are a bit, like near the end, but I'll go more to that later on. But I think it does a great job, as it is sort of admiring and paying homage to Doctor Who past. Again, this is sort of like in between the void of the 1990 and 2000 sort of hiatus, which Doctor Who fans now obviously going through the hiatus of from series 9 to 10. I like the intro at the start, where it does sort of explain who Azal is and the Daemons. So it's really cool. So sort of, although obviously it is sort of a connection to the Daemons, they sort of set it up so that you don't necessarily have to watch it or not understand it if you haven't watched that story. I think production-wise, as I said, I think they have done a great job with the resource they had. The light and sound effects are really cool. They're sort of like there's so many like whooshes. So if somebody turns their head or something looks at it, it's like whoosh, whoosh, which has become quite gimmicky. There's some great technical shots, which I appreciate as sort of like a media student. Where they're very symmetrical stuff, like looking through a mirror. As I said, it does create brilliant homage to the show. There's a particular bit where they go into sort of the garage of the cottage. If you sort of pause it, you can sort of see a load of different Doctor objects. For example, you've got sort of the maggots from the Green Death in a jar. You've got a spirit from space, Auton head. You've got a Bok head, which is quite a nice touch. And you've got a Earthshock Cyberman chest plate. So obviously they've just got every sort of bit they could, just shoved it in there, trying to sort of hide it. But yeah, that was really cool. It was really cool to see, as I said, Cavendish, the side effects of what happened to him in Downtime, and obviously that's quite a minor character, and obviously they exploited him in this, and I think that was really cool to see. I say, when you're watching Downtime, you don't really think about it, but when obviously it happens in sort of Daemos Rising, it's sort of like, yeah, that's really cool, really like to see that. Also, Kate Stewart comes back the character. It's not the same actress who plays it in the current TV series. You can see a lot of parallels between the actress who plays obviously in the spin-off and the current series. I don't know why they didn't actually use the actress from the spin-off for the new series, because I think she does a great job. And also Gemma Redgraves does a great job. It's not like one doesn't do bad job. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see why they didn't use her in the new series. I don't know if sort of like they didn't want to connect the two, who knows. But I think she does a great job. And yeah, also their chemistry, because obviously there's only sort of 3 actors in this film. Obviously Cavendish and Kate spend quite a lot of time together. And the chemistry between them is pretty cool. And there's quite a sort of long and drawn out scenes of talking, but I felt they sort of gauged my interest enough as with actor capabilities, sort of keep the scene sort of going and fresh. There are quite a few little comedic bits which I was quite surprised. It's not overdone. It's placed in the right places to sort of keep the film going, the pacing of it. I say I really like the statue they use. It's a great practical effect, and this film primarily is practically based. And obviously the sets are real and all this stuff. So I think the statue was a great creation. And there's a bit with sort of creepily moves his head, and that was really cool to see. I like the idea of the time channels and all that stuff. That was really cool. And what was great, obviously, is they're adding something new to it. And I believe if they did sort of continue that on, I think they would explore that more. But it's cool that, do you know what I mean, they're not relying on sort of Doctor Who past, they're adding new stuff in, which is great, and obviously that sort of keeps it going. But yeah, I really like the concept and the idea of it, and I think if they sort of were to do a sort of follow-up to this, which I don't believe they could have, because obviously like Doctor Who came back in 2005, I think they would have explored that more. But in the story it's really cool, and you get sort of like, oh, that's a really cool idea, I like that. As I said, there is comedy in places, but sometimes it is unintentionally funny. But again, if you sort of take it for what it is, you should be fine. But there are cool places you just can't help but laugh. But it's enjoyable nonetheless. As I said, there's some great locations used. Obviously, primarily it's based sort of in the cottage and in the forest, which is a lovely location. But there is also an underground thing they have to go into, which is sort of like the caves and that, which is practical, and it's a wonderful set. I don't know if that's been built or they've actually gone down to a real cave, but anyway, it looked really awesome. So that's really cool to see. As I said, I watched this pretty much straight after Downtime. So as I said, there is sort of a 9-year gap, and obviously there are some really cool effects, and they do use some digital effects sort of help the story. Overall, it was great, but there is one special effect which I didn't think worked, which was the summoned Daemon beast. At the end of the story, it was obviously a CGI creation. It just didn't work really. It was very sort of juxtaposition to what we've been seeing. I personally think it would have worked better as a practical effect. Obviously they want to get the sort of scale, and they want to obviously try out this CGI thing, but the mouth doesn't move when it speaks, it's all tattooed and all this stuff. So personally I think it would have been better creation as a practical effect. It doesn't really flow with the actors in CGI creations. Like they do a great job, obviously they're trying to convince you that obviously this sort of real, but it doesn't really work. Like you could be an Oscar award winning actor like sort of Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, and I think that wouldn't be able to sort of convince you that they were sort of connected with it, which is a real shame. But I said that was the only thing really. But overall, apart from that, I think the CGI is used to help the story go along, which is what sort of CGI and all that stuff should be really used for. Like I don't believe it should be sort of overused and sort of like relied on. It just needs to sort of be there when you need it, not sort of overkill, if that makes sense. There is a situation in the story where there are two Kate Stewarts, which did give me sort of vibes of obviously David Doctor. I don't know if Moffat watched that and thought, right, we're gonna make it canon in David Doctor. There's also terrifying imagery with sort of in the forest, the statue, they really play on that quite nicely, and also in the cottage when there's sort of lights at the door and like sort of misty smoke. That was really creepy and effectively done. There's a really nice thing near the end with Kate Stewart and the Daemon beast, where she's sort of talking about love, life and death, and that was really cool sort of debate to see. It gave me sort of vibes of what the Doctor would do you know what I mean? He always goes for the sort of peaceful route first, sort of talk to the creature, sort of try and talk them out of it before he sort of like takes further action. But so that was really nice. That was a really nice moment for the Kate Stewart character. So yeah, what do I think overall? Yeah, it's enjoyable for what it is. The ending was a bit abrupt for my liking, but it didn't affect my overall enjoyment of the film. As I say, it pays a great homage to Doctor Who past, while also adding its new continuity in, which was really nice to sort of keep that going. And some scenes maybe dragged out dialogue-wise, but as I said, for what it is and the resources they had, I think this is a great tribute to Doctor Who, to Downtime and the Daemons and the classic series, etc. So this is a great little spin-off film for its time, and it is being released on DVD on the 18th of July by Koch Media. I got a review copy kindly sent to me from Koch Media. You can get it, I think, on Amazon on July 18th, which is, I think, the day this video is being released. so you can buy it now, July 18th, and it comes with a load of DVD extras and all that great stuff. So thank you to Koch Media for giving me a review copy, and yeah, that's watching Downtime and Daemos Rising. It's really inspired me to sort of go back and see the other Doctor Who spin-offs from Doctor Who past, which they sort of created from the 80s and 90s. I've seen Shakedown, which is some Taran one, which is a really fun little sort of film, but I will be checking out other stuff now in this Doctor Who hiatus. Quick updates from me before I go. I'm going to Cardiff on the 26th of July. I'm meeting up with Adam the Ultimate Whovian. We're going to Doctor Who Experience, doing different locations. I'll probably be doing a vlog on that, so check out for that. And I'm also going to LFCC, Film and Comic Con, on the 31st of July. Which is the Sunday of the event. I'm going up on the Saturday, sort of the day before, spending some time in London, and I'm sort of there on the Sunday morning for the event. So yeah, if you're going, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to meet you guys if you are going. It'd be great to see all of you there, sort of speak to you all. If you're not going to that, I will be doing a vlog on the day as well, so that's for your upcoming videos. So yeah, as always guys, thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe. You can like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter, links in the description below. Have you seen Daemos Rising? What do you think of it? We'll be buying the DVD. I say thank you again to Koch Media for giving me the opportunity to review the advanced DVD release. It's something I haven't done before. It was a really interesting experience, so thank you for that. It was obviously great to sort of show you guys another venue of Doctor Who which you can sort of explore, because there's so many different sort of worlds and opportunities with the Doctor Who universe. Obviously you've got Big Finish and obviously the spin-offs and all the books and etc, etc. Just an endless amount of different sort of Doctor Who goodness to sort of keep you going until anything new sort of comes along. But yes, have you seen Daemos Rising? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comment section below. As I said, you can get it from today onwards on the 18th of July. Hope you've enjoyed my review of it. And all I can say now is thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!